Hey guys. Ooh, there we go. So I wanted to answer some questions that I get asked a lot about my transition, leaving my corporate job at Disney to being here now where I'm running my own business, coaching people to start their own service-based businesses. And the answer I could answer so many ways, but how I gained the confidence is number one, surrounding myself with community that reflected my greatness. I surrounded myself with people that consistently showed me who I was when I didn't believe it myself. Um, Community. Number two would be coaching, guidance. I received support from people that were farther along in the journey than me that helped me get to the nitty gritty of my beliefs of unworthiness and my doubts that I could actually do this. Um, and they held me accountable to go after my dreams and my goals and to take the steps that I needed to take. And they helped me get clear on what the steps were that I needed to take to get to where I needed to go. They helped me get the roadmap. Without the roadmap, I was always questioning, what do I do with my time? What do I do with my days in order to stay in alignment with actually bringing this to full purpose and making money off of this? So community guidance and knowing my specific magic and staying there and not pretending to be able to help people in different areas. So for example, I focus specifically on helping people that are eager to define their magic and package it into a business. That is where I focus on. And I do not focus on helping people with eating, diet. That is something I'm really passionate about. That is something that I moved through very much, but it is not something that I am currently declaring to continue studying and being a master at. So I stayed in my lane. Then second question would be, how did I have the courage to invest in myself and my vision? So when I left my job at Disney, I instantly took any savings that I had and I went to India. And when I got back, I hit $0, and I knew I needed to change something up. I went to India, and part of the goal was to get my business up and running, and I didn't have it. So I came home and hit $0 and invested in my first coach, and trusting that I needed to spend money in order to make money, and that I needed to move the energy of money so that I could start making it. That helped me make as much money in my first year of business that I did at Disney. So I knew that if that success was the only option. If I was going to put money down in my future, I was going to make it worth it. And and when you hire a coach, if you hire the right coach, that is the case. Success is the only option because they tell you the results that they are going to help you achieve, and they hold the container for those results and that transformation. And then really, if you just show up and do the work, success is the only option. So knowing that I needed to just move the energy of money and knowing that I was going to show up for myself, that helped me make that investment. And how did I work with the voice in my head questioning if I could really do this? Well, I I learned how to let the voice in versus push it away. I learned how to dialogue with the voice and understand what the voice is. And the voice is really a protection mechanism trying to keep us safe, but really it's keeping us stuck. And we've taken it on as a child. It's something happened that hurt, and so we took on this protection mechanism to keep us safe. And so through the work that I've done, I've learned how to meet that voice and understand it so that it can be replaced with a new voice and a new soundtrack. And so that's how I worked with the voices that kept doubting if I could really do this. How did I deal with parents that tried to keep me stuck and or tried to keep me tried to get me to move back home or get a real job? My mom did this a lot. She tried to get me to get to get a real job, so go back to corporate. And the way that I dealt with this was knowing that she was from an entirely different consciousness. That generation was very much about one job, one trajectory, that's safe. And our generation, our consciousness is much more about freedom and expansion and love than safety. And so I was able to tie the correlation between my mom and the voice in my head that was doubting myself and trying to keep me safe. It's from the same consciousness. So I learned how to work with that energy and that consciousness. And I would, at first I would get super triggered by it, but I learned how to work with it every single day, more and more and more, to where I understood what its goal was. I knew that it was coming from love, and I learned how to respond from a response, which is from my center, which is from a place of awareness, versus a reactive place, which was getting triggered by her not believing in me, because it was just a reflection of me not believing in me. So if you have any other questions about that process of how I was able to finally leave my job with Disney and how I dealt with some of the barriers around that, feel free to comment in the comments below. And I am going to be holding the space to dive super deep into these topics, to help people transition from stuck in a job that they aren't thriving in, or having a dream passion career but wanting to fully actualize it. I'm going to be holding the space in a business incubator for spiritual entrepreneurs, launching next April. If you are interested in learning more, I will send a link to it in the comments, and feel free to ask any questions. I'm currently I'm currently setting up application calls to see if it's a mutual fit. So if this speaks to you, if you've been putting out the call to really turn your hunger and your passion into a business, and to actualize your magic and to put that into the business, then you're in the right place. This is exactly what I'm here to guide people in. I'm here to take my background in sales and marketing and business, and my current experience and inner guidance, that's business and inner coaching. I'm combining it to help the future leaders become business owners and fully actualize their potential. So more information in the comments. Talk to you soon. Let me know if you have any questions.